Con todo derecho, un lugar sin rumores ni fantasmas. Con todo derecho, un lugar sin rumores ni fantasmas.
I mentioned that today is December 11th, 2025, and that before, the Argentine government and the CIA flew a cargo plane over my house. Did the C-130 cargo plane fly over my house? Well, but the judges, of course. Let me explain. U.S. satellite. Bus 130 passes in front of the U.S. Embassy in the Palermo neighborhood. Judges communicate through their rulings, so let's explain. So you're not a judge here. CIA, so we're going to tell you about his depravity here. Vice, adulteration and fraud. Every morning, as told by CTD in war, when I have breakfast and read news, the satellite touches my penis, my anus, my testicles, my buttocks, indiscriminately. It's called vice, adulteration and fraud, depravity. The data is fabricated by Washington. Here you can see that it says, Nobel winner Machado calls for end to tyranny in Venezuela. Maria Corina Machado. You see how the U.S. government and the Argentinians sought to associate with Maria, my Aunt Maria Borden. Many CTD and war videos see it. Well, with the intention of covering up for Maria and her children. Maria Borden died, but her daughters are alive and her son-in-law Gustavo, whose surname I don't know, you saw him in the videos as CTD and WAR. So here Corina Machado is the alter ego of my brother Marcelo Galarza's wife, and as everyone knows, Gustavo should have been warned since the arrival in Argentina of the American ambassador Vilma Socorro Martinez. Vilma Socorro Martinez. Martinez for my brother who lives in the town of Martinez, from the AMBA. Because as Gustavo says, Washington, in order to eliminate Gustavo, sought to persecute him with the Annabella false case and her sisters. And then continued with Lorena's children, and the CIA says the logic is, first we harass Gustavo with the Annabella false case, then we harass with Lorena, and then with the brother's children. Well, the CIA side uses my brother and my family to make them believe that they must corroborate the lies that the same satellite spreads about all children. Well, Maria Corina Machado. Now, what's the daughter's name? Her name is Ana Maria. It says down here her name is Ana Corina. Her name is Ana Corina. The code Ana is for Annabella, as Gustavo explains. Hey, Ana de Armas, Marilyn Monroe, the blondes put Ana everywhere in Hollywood's movies. Ana is used in the Washington film to extort me that she is Annabella's alter ego. Corina for the Marcelo's wife. The wife of Marcelo, my brother. And then, how does this end? The hug that all of Venezuela needs, thank you. How my brother communicates with others via WhatsApp. He says, I'm sending you a hug. He write a hug. He write a hug. Well, all the associations the CIA makes. Well, but this is what the United States government and the satellites does began to insidiously touch the male member, the testicles, the anus and the buttocks, and when I'm having breakfast every day, indiscriminately. There doesn't have to be such an obvious sequence like this, right? It's not necessary, it's not necessary, it's not necessary. He looks like Debu Martinez. Oh, this is important because I'm going to show it to my family. Important for Donald Trump. You could see on the news where you saw Donald Trump's signature yesterday on his national security document. President Trump, I want you to sign. Of course, I want you to sign your depravity of the United States satellite of Gustavo Galarza's data through touching the body indiscreetly and abusively. All day, 24 hours a day since Gustavo filed complaints 2880-2022 on August 25, 2022 in the Federal Court Number 5 in Comodoro PY of Judge Maria Capuchetti and 3599-2022 in Court Number 10 of Judge Julian Ercolini. From the moment Gustavo handed over those complaints, in the month of October against the United States government, the U.S. satellite began to insidiously touch the male member, the testicles, the anus and the buttocks and the entire body of Gustavo Galarza as a method of torture and depravity of Gustavo Galarza's data. It is a behaviorist method that is the same for all humans. President Trump, since you have a lovely signature, I want you to sign it for 3 years that Gustavo will not recognize any results that your satellite collects. Furthermore, you're going to correct it as an outrageous fraud perpetrated by the United States government, indiscriminately associating and torturing Gustavo Galarza with children and with barkings. Do you understand, President Donald Trump? So now that you have a signature that, as Gustavo said, should be on TikTok, of course, simulating Donald Trump's signature, which is very easy, with the trap signature. So, I want your U.S. government document as with letterhead, seals an official signature of the U.S. government. Did you understand, President Trump? Or stop doing it because you're not going to get paid. I'm going to charge it for you. More your cattle prod. The satellite is like a device that plays the role of a location and surveillance anklet bracelet and a torture prod on my body for 16 years that will discount as an unjust punishment. So anything the Argentine state government and the United States government and civilians invent, as a sentence served, we are going to deduct it from you, as compensation and damages to the human being and honor in future. The hacker gives me this note when I start recording by Corina Machado. This he associates with the Norwegian Netflix film about a gang of thieves where the helicopter pilot was called Alex by Alex Kisilov. The sign says in classified nothing. If it's declassified here, Gustavo tells it, it's closed, Trump, because Gustavo tells what you do. So it's not in classified, Gustavo tells it in CTD and WAR. This is not in classified. This is a classified by Gustavo, by war, by CTD. You're wrong, Dad, wrong. That's the problem you have. You don't know the least. You know how to steal and scam, but you don't know the least. Classified by Gustavo Galarza, classified by CTD, classified by war, but you don't know the least. Gustavo classified it, it's closed. Thief, here's the joke, says Attorney General Pamela Bondi. Today, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Homeland Security Investigations, and the United States Coast Guard, with support from the Department of War, executed a seizure warrant for a crude oil tanker used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. For multiple show more. Well, you see, the hacker himself associate it. He says the miners have been unclassified. He says a lie, it's been declassified by Gustavo. That's a lie, they're wrong. Bye-bye, you're going to trial. Stop the torture and depravity. Bye-bye, there's no talking to a criminal. Bye-bye, here it is, lie. The US president added that other thing are happening without offering any additional details. Reporters asked Trump what would happen with the oil. He replied, we keep it, I guess. Attorney General Pam Bondi posted a video to X that appeared to show US forces boarding the tanker. Well, the tanker is his fantasy, you see. Their entire fantasy is a lie. So nothing, so they have nothing. So here they are in court and it's document against document, so they're going to have to present the documents. We are the witnesses of what your satellite does to deprave Gustavo Galarza, and the depravity includes everything that occurs to the United States, so anything that includes, indiscriminately touching my body. All day and my penis all day, just indiscriminately. So these are pure fantasies of the United States government. The United States government makes associations between touching my body and minors all the time. Psychological and behavioral, but you do it, not me. So, what you say doesn't matter to Washington. You're going to have to present everything in whatever the Argentine court wants there. So it's legal. No, President Trump this. We keep it. Remember that Gustavo Galarza filed the complaint on February 25, 2025, so you have until February 25, 2026. Get all this done. Your lie expires. And also, if you say you something, I don't know, from 1998, it already expired because on August 25, 2022, it was reported to the Biden administration, so you were there until October 2023. It already expired. Yours expires until October 2023. It expired. Hey, you, Presidente Trump, you can accuse GDG from October 2023. From October 6, 2023. Trump only there from October 6, 2023 until now. You understand, President Trump's term expires on February 25, 2026. Let me explain, President Trump, so if you didn't use it, President Trump sit on the gold toilet from sea to lake and flush it there. Use the water reserve of the gold toilet and throw away the papers collected there or destroy everything in a paper document shredder because on February 25, 2026 it expires. The report 618-2025 and 694-2025, President Trump. You have a year, it expires, so we are now on December 11, 2025. You have 30, 60, 75 days. President Trump have more or less 75 days and it expires, you know. Here's your tanker, Trump. I wanted to put it at the end of 1996. I'm sure it was from the end of 1996 to the present. Your Honor, to explain the functionality of the CIA satellite V2. From view to my YouTube channel Y from Yolanda, to the videos of CTDV2, 2, 1, bis, Y1, this is the duplicity of the Argentine government and the US government. February 5, 2025. Time, 5 minutes 22 seconds. Y2. The US satellite communicates all the time. Only 2 false data. Page 4, February 4, 2025. Time, 11 minutes 39 seconds. Why from Yolanda 3. The U.S. satellite has a computer that establishes communications with Gustavo, January 31, 2025, time, 9 minutes 14 seconds. Why 4. Google chase with the children and the CIA hacker, June 24, 2024, time, 0 minutes 18 seconds. Why 5. Scientific and criminal evidence against the CIA satellite, on the body of Gustavo Galarza, May 9, 2024, time, 14 minutes 59 seconds. Why 6.
CIA's defamation campaign against Gustavo for France and the world.
Video 1, November 9, 2023, time, 14 minutes 56 seconds. Mr. Judge from views to Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5 and Y6. Article 155 and 156Z views. Mr. Judge, as the U.S. satellite is illegal in Argentina and the world V2. Commits depravities. Depravity technique. Uses the techniques of psychology discovered by Freud with behaviorist technique with their harassment and extortion permanently to create artificial reflex acts and also touch and flagellate my human body and try to break my mind. I will not explain in this writing each previous video. Referring to my human body and health protected by L1, the National Constitution Article 18, Article 19 and Article 29, the Civil Code of the Nation, Current Civil and Commercial Code Law 26994, Official Newsletter October 8, 2014. Well, President Trump, as you saw. The entire video already been presented in federal court. It's precisely the one about Juice Tank presented and everything about the children. Yes or yes, the Argentine federal court will definitely resolve it. Not you, so you can say whatever you want, but the Argentine federal court will resolve it, so depravity of your satellite, so the immorality of your government will be resolved by the Argentine judiciary or any international court. So the talk ended. Bye-bye. Your signature is very nice, President Trump, but I want the signature and $130 trillion, $130 trillion you are going to have to pay me.